March 23rd, 11:54 a.m. District Courtroom, Defendant Lobby at number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? And I never thought it'd be in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt onto Adrian. Ugh, I swear this demon will pay. Mr. Nick! Where's Mia? I don't know. Really strong power suddenly called her away. Really strong power. Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is... It's from Gumshoe. How's it going? Have you been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Phew, not the good pal. What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the Killer and Maya are? Still don't have any leads, but what? We don't have any more time. If we had one more, even a single clue would have been really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep this trial going until Maya's been rescued. But here I am, just run out of luck this time. Is that all hope for naught? A tent? Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Mia? It looks like Maya was unconscious until a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me. So it was Maya that called you away. She's locked up into a dusty little room right until now. But I could see a circus outside the window about 300 feet away. Gumshoe, is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal, the Very Big Circus. Ooh. Maya's somewhere within the 300 feet radius of the main tent. What? Okay, wait a second. Hey, draw a circus. Draw a circle on that map about 300 foot radius around the tent. Maine, hurry. Ooh, girl, get him. Get him. And? I can see a mailbox under the window just outside. Gumshoe, there's also a window. Oh, what else? Okay, what else, Mia? I'm sorry, but this is a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. I felt like I was in an old office building, maybe a 3rd floor or so. I heard her. Old office building. Good stuff, pal. Good stuff. Okay, hang in there. Just a little longer. Good luck. Wish you good luck. I can call her later. Don't let her battery die, okay, pal? Maya's not hurt, right? She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved. Oh no, my poor baby. She hasn't had a burger in days. Gumshoe, please hurry. Looks like we're out of time. Are you all right, Phoenix? It's only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. I just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23rd, 12:05 p.m. District Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who murdered the victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Oh my, one question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer is to the question that will provide us with the real name of the culprit. And now the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. I'm on a roll right now. Currently, the witness is accused of tampering with the obstruction of justice. However, you have been called to the witness stand today as an assertion. Who exactly is guilty of murder? I understand. Very well. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before? Of course I have. You've seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Miss Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why? Why does she? Bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. Ooh. An elaborate puzzle bear is actually kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Would I be able to solve it? Probably not. But it'd still be kind of cool to have. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. As its center, it's a small cavity and with just enough room to store a small item. Because its complexity, it would... If you don't know the order, then you can't open the bear. You really can't tell it's a small jewelry box just looking at it. Is it? Oh my god. Is this holding Juan Carita's wedding engagement ring to Celeste Impacts? That would be interesting. So this figure, it's a container of sorts. Yes, it looks to be deceiving. Wouldn't you agree? Yes, yes, this is superb craftsmanship. Oh, yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. It looks like there really was something about that bear after all. Actually, this is an elaborate, puzzle. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. I'm gonna press it here. So, you can take it apart? How would you go on about that? Well, if you first turn its tail and then to the right and then push it in. Oh yes, I see. After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed. Oh, this is almost interesting. Oh, he's actually solving the puzzle. Is kind of funny. Oh boy, his new toy. He's like he's 5 all over again. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on. I think he's lost it. So, what do you find after you taking the puzzle apart? The center is a small cavity, and it's just enough for a small... room... Oh my god. And it's just enough room to store a small item. How do you know about this? I know because I was the one who bought it. Huh? It was a souvenir from a friend, and I went to Switzerland. Then, this is a present from you? That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan. So it was a present from Miss Andrews. Witness, let us continue with your testimony. All because it was a complexity. If you don't know the order, then the bear cannot be opened. So, who exactly knew how to solve this puzzle? Only the 2 of us, and Juan and myself. And it was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there was many people with this same bear in this country. Oh, but it looks like it can be easily broken, especially if someone wanted to get in, that is. Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken. You really can't tell it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container and jewelry box? No, I never told anyone. It was and as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the 2 of us knew. The 2 of you, huh? Then of course that means that Mr. Enguarde didn't know, right? We don't know anything about the figurine. So, we could try and find out more from it. Yeah, I'll keep pressing her for more information. Okay, so let me... Actually, this is a puzzle box. Okay, let me see if I can present the figure. Actually, hold on. What a bear. Is covered in many thin cuts. Let me see if I can start again. Because it looked like the judge was actually solving it along this. So let me press it here. A puzzle? That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough, to the people who don't know, I'm sure they would never guess that this was a puzzle. I guess this is what all I'm going to get out for now. Figurine updated When in puzzle with the hollow inside, only Karita and Andrews know how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you have come to realize that there is one very important fact we have to uncover, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. And now that we have agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next, and that is, what is inside the box? What is inside? That's right. That's what we're gonna find out next, witness. Yes? You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. All eyes on Miss Andrews as she now... Oh! I've opened it. This is what you wanted. What is that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess on what this is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note. Oh my god. It was inside the bear the whole time. The suicide note? This suicide note was left by Juan Karita's former manager, Celeste Impax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Karita himself. It seems that Celeste Impax had a very beautiful handwriting, and she just had beautifully signed her own name at the document. This is the most definitive, the note she has left before she committed suicide. Order. Witness, did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public, but I couldn't find it anywhere because it had already been taken by the killer. Everything is going at Mr. Edwards' pace. So now that suicide note has been found, what's the next logical question? What's written on the note? That's right. At least that's what I wanted to... That's at least what I wanted to think. Now then, I believe it's only appropriate that the contents of the note is to be made known. I can't stop you, can I? I went through so much just to get my hands on it, and I was going to burn it for her sake. I deeply am sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud. Very well. The judge's voice rang aloud, clear through the deathly silence of the courtroom. In her note, Celeste Impax left us as a record of what had happened to her, about being used and thrown away by Enguarde, and being engaged to Karita and Enguarde's role in destroying that, and about how she decided in her despair to end it all. That was all... And that's all Miss Impax had to say. There is one thing I would like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. Enguarde. Then, what? And our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. And isn't that the correct witness? Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, he was going to hold a press conference. My word. Matt Enguarde values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Which is why he had to stop his note from being used and being made public. At any cost. Celeste's suicide note added to the court record. Found inside the figurine, it tells Enguarde's horrible misdeeds. It's Enguarde's fault that woman killed herself. I mean, this time he went so far to kill someone else to stop him from revealing it. It's terrible. Because of the slimeball lawyers out who will defend creeps like this. Dude, fucking, he's probably enjoying it. There is no doubt. There's no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client goal was to obtain the suicide note. And the only person who needed that note so badly is the defendant. And let's not forget the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house. It seems that we have come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives are entirely selfish, and he deserves no sympathy from anyone. How am I supposed to escape this one? Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you must do. You gotta make it last, buddy. I know, I have to carry on and buy him some time. Okay, there's 2 deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of those, and I'm pretty sure it might have to be the suicide note itself, honestly, because it's the actual contents. I mean, we have the note, we have the bear, but I think we might have to actively like try and get it a different way. Oh my god. Let me see here. Let me see. The gavel is already in the judge's hand. Phoenix, hurry! The suicide note or the figurine? That's the suicide note.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer. He's still going? It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get the killer off the hook. I think Your Honor believed that Matt Guard killed in order to obtain this note. Yes, that is correct. Oh, guys, ads for you guys start in about a minute and 30 seconds. So just a heads up, everyone. But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think that there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Miss Secreta until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I'd say Matt Engarde may not have known that there was what was written on the note. Oh, I didn't think of it that way. Exactly. But I think of it that way, and I thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind will kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Order! Order! You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Edgeworth, what is your opinion? It was just a flash, but I think I'd rather well on this one, unfortunately. I think he believes differently. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Huh? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more despair upon itself. I would like to direct the court's attention to this. What is that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means for spying. Spying? What the? I thought this spy camera was in my possession. Matt Engarde, the victim, both thought the other was their biggest rival. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weakness. And the victim, Juan Carita, was being spied on. His personal life was already being watched by none other than Matt Engarde. Order! 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 Ahem, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of. Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have a camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not the same one. Last night, I searched the victim's house on a hunch and used this thing. Oh, Gumshoe's bug sweeper. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were all over the camera I found. Matt Engarde's fingerprints were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say to that evidence? I think this is the end. It is fairly obvious that Mr. Engarde learned of the suicide note through this. And he was watching the victim all along. He got me on this one. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey now. What's a lawyer thinking? Mommy, just don't look at him. The way he's sweating is so ew, nasty. Phoenix. Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're going to do next? What am I going to do next? Does running away seem like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on the case. But in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There is a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I would really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? This is the piece of evidence that Mia is talking about. Can I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked into? There. It is. I have an objection, Your Honor. What about this weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright?
Objection!
Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. See there, a little bit more oomph to it. Are you beginning to sound desperate? That's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So, you're telling me that I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth, but there's something you really should examine for this piece of evidence. Boom. Note. This is Miss Impact's suicide note. Who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside the bear. But this bear was in your possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on this suicide note was not yet analyzed. Oh, so as to whether this pivotal piece of evidence has really been written by Miss Impacts or not, that has yet to be remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright, Mr. Wright, you really saying that the suicide note is fake? Miss Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. Enguarde. Who's to say that you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it in the bear? How dare you? Girl, get it. Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness again. There is no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever.
Objection!
But if it was fake, then the witness is the only person who can prove it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning the figurine. Only one other person and the victim who can solve this puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Miss Andrews, you wrote this note and didn't you? You wrote this so you could use that to frame Matt Enguarde. I didn't do such a thing.
Objection!
Right. If you're going to pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory.
Objection!
Girl, get it. Mr. Enguarde, or Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of piece of paper as evidence. That means the burden of the proof lies with you, the prosecution. Damn, got him. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on the suicide note? As the defense has stated, the handwriting has yet to be analyzed. Is that the case? It seems that yet again we have reached a point where the verdict is impossible. Huh? That's impossible. This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is going to carry the trial over one more day. I don't think Maya will physically be around to make it another day. I didn't want to have to do this, but I have no choice. I request both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt. That has to be the lawyer trying to buy more time. Guard is guilty. Look at that idiot. You can tell. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty. 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 Oh. What is that sound? Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? What is it with him? What's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to the killer? He got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make it up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? We found his hideout, pal. But the two of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for them, pal. Don't you worry, I need a little more time. But don't tell me that we don't have any more. Guilty! 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 Bro, no. They have to have more time to find Maya. They have to. Did you hear that? They really calling for his head. Mr. Wright, for us, come this far and... Oh! What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Mr. Wright, would you please hold yourself together? Yes, Your Honor. I am about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after. Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch! That's funny. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you've got to buy us some more time. Court is in session. Ah! He fucking hung up on him. No! I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying? Mr. Wright, this is a court of law. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but... I'm reluctant to do this. However, it appears that I have no choice but to suspend the proceedings until tomorrow. This time I really can't do anything. The court is now adjourned for today.
Objection!
Ooh, girl. Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth? What is this? Mr. Edgeworth, I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time. For what purpose? We can perform the necessary tests of the piece of evidence in that time. But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes? I believe we can, Your Honor. But wouldn't it be better if we adjourned for today and reconvene tomorrow? 30 minutes, please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor. Like two little kids begging Dad. Dad, give us 30 minutes, please. I want to play on the video game for 30 more minutes. Very well. At the prosecution's request, the court will now take a 30-minute recess. But please be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. Dude. March 23rd, 2:04 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. Right. Well, what's going on? Maya's situation. The killer. It looks like he got away again. 30 minutes? Can we find her in that time? Ugh. Report. Is this Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time. Just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. The killer just left a few things behind by accident in a rush to get things away. A few things. Can we use them as evidence? Oh, I thought you'd ask, pal. I've got these things he left with me right here now. I'm on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. Oh my god, yes. Gumshoe for the win. What? Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I got put on for a hold now. Sounds bad. I hope that this doesn't get too much in trouble for this. With my hunk of junk card, say be there about 20 minutes. Oh my god. Don't worry. I'll be there. Wait for me. All right. Just get here in one piece. I'm on mission, sir. No one can stop me, sir. No one. I'm pulling out of the stops, running every light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that will be decisive enough to end this. Wait, what the fuck? What the fuck? What's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me. No, no one can stop me. What the fuck happened? It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What? What was he thinking? We gotta hurry and call for help. But we have no idea where he is. His cell phone is broken. And he wasn't driving a patrol car. He has no radio either. Also, we don't get those items before the police do. The possession will take a... Oh my god, they'll take them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, what if there was a way we could find out where he is? Then we stand a chance. Why on earth did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way we can find him exactly? There is a way. He's bugged. Remember, guys? He's fucking bugged by Van Karma. He's fucking bugged. There is a way. There is a way. There is a way. What? How? I'm sure we can find him where Detective Gumshoe is through this. Beep, 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 beep. Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Where is she? Right there. What are you bringing up, Francesca, all this? Oh, I see. I'm trying to get the contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Francesca. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth. What is it? Don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know, my client is guilty. But, gonna do now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent. It might be my turn to say defense attorney. Right chooses death. Right. Doesn't suit anyone or someone like you to carry useless tears. No, oh my god, is he crying? No! Whether you do your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. The verdict? Is the prosecution Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff, there's a phone call for you, sir. They said it's extremely urgent. There's probably finished with the handwriting analysis. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what you must do. To be continued. Ah! Oh my god, we're so close to the end. Guys! Ah! I'm freaking out. I'm honestly freaking out. I'm freaking out. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Let me see here. March 23rd, 2:35 p.m., District Courtroom number 3. Court will now reconvene in, I assume both sides are ready. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. I can understand the defense is acting like this. However, why do you seem distraught, Mr. Edgeworth? That is, it's nothing, Your Honor. What's wrong with Edgeworth? It looks like something unexpected just happened to him. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you could please tell the court the results of the handwriting analysis on Miss Impax's suicide note. Yes, Your Honor. Unfortunately, we have discovered that this suicide note is a forgery. Oh, girl. What? Man, dude, that was all I thought. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This note was not written by Miss Impax herself. It was a fake. Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth, would you care to explain what's going on? If this is not written by Miss Impax, then who wrote it? We need more time to do more detailed analysis. However, it appears that the handwriting matches that of the victim, Mr. Juan Carita. Mr. Carita? Well, well. It looks like Miss Impax never left the suicide note after all. She never wrote anything about Enguarde. However, Your Honor, even though this suicide note is indeed a fake, Mr. Enguarde could not have known that so that the fact remains unchanged. Acting under assumption that this is a real, he had plotted to possess it. That it sounded very plausible. This theory that Enguarde had no idea that the suicide note was fake. Something seems a little wrong. I want to see. I'm gonna have to present evidence because I think I might have something. Let me see. The defense believes that the theory that the prosecution has stated contradicts the testimony. If evidence that the prosecution has proven up until this point is true, then it is impossible for Mr. Enguarde to not know it was a fake. So we're going to go over here to the evidence and we're going to present the camera. What is this little item called again? A video camera, Your Honor, but it's very small. Oh, that's right. A camera. You kids are fancy toys these days. Mr. Edgeworth, earlier you claimed that Mr. Enguarde knew of the existence of this note, but he was spying on the victim. Isn't that right? If that were true, then this means Mr. Enguarde would have known that this victim had forged the note. Ah! So then, the defendant knew this suicide note was a fake. And it's true that then the situation has suddenly changed into a very dramatic one. Exactly, Your Honor. The prosecution's theory was for... oh my god. The prosecution's theory as to what Mr. Enguarde's motive for murder was, it was suddenly disappeared into thin air. But Your Honor, it's not as if Mr. Enguarde monitored Mr. Carita 24 hours a day. Perhaps the victim wrote the note in place of Mr. Enguarde's didn't know of. Well, right back at you, Mr. Edgeworth. Why don't you show us some proof that the victim made the forgery of an unknown oh my god, of an unknown place. Ugh. Order, order. Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like this time it is you who has dug up his own grave. Ugh. As I figured. Huh? As you figured? As I figured, I came down to this after all. Mr. Edgeworth, are you not making any sense? I heard the results of the handwriting analysis and I thought this might happen. The question is, what's next? What's next? The prosecution can't prove Mr. Enguarde's motive through the evidence. Then you must prove it through another angle. Well, I agree with you there. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to call a witness to the stand at this time. Oh? Well, that's fine. However, this witness is a little unusual. Edgeworth is stuttering. This is not like him at all. Unusual? Well, what sort of witness is this person, Mr. Edgeworth? The witness is one who is perfectly fit to answer one question, or once and for all, the question of who was it that hired Shelley to kill her to commit the murder? That's impossible. Who in the... No such person exists who can answer such a question without certainty. Girl, this is getting heated. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this witness? It is, yes, go on. Who is it? The man himself. Mr. Shelley DeKiller. Oh, Mr. Shelley DeKiller. Oh, wait. What did Shelley DeKiller? My throat's killing. You mean the killer? Or, I mean the assassin? Yes, Your Honor. He's coming here to the witness stand? Well, yes, in a manner of speaking. I recognize that this is a very unusual circumstance, so I ask for your permission. Well, Mr. Wright, yes? Is this all right with you? Do I have a choice here? I can't really do much else other than drag this trial out. Oh my. The defense has no objections, Your Honor. I wonder if it really is all right to do this. Well, very well then. The prosecution calls its witness to the stand. Edgeworth, is there no other way left to us? Now then, witness, how did he even get him? Where did he find him at? That's probably where the important phone call was, honestly. Your name and your occupation, please. Very well. Very good, sir. My name is Shelley DeKiller. I am a professional assassin. I say, what is going on here, Your Honor? How can you remain so calm when the meaning of a two-way radio? Actually, Your Honor, it was delivered to me just now, and it came with a condition. As long as we don't trace its source, Mr. DeKiller will testify to this court. So this must be the urgent call he got. Yep, I called it. Oh, this is not. This will not do. I cannot allow this in my court. First of all, we can't even be sure that this really is Mr. DeKiller himself. Witness, please present some proof that you are, in fact, Shelley DeKiller. I understand. Please wait a second. I'm so hungry. Maya! Maya! A voice, Mr. Wright. Can you confirm anything from this? The defense has no objections to this person. We are satisfied with this man being indeed Shelley DeKiller. It looks like we have to run into yet another unexpected turn of events. Well, it doesn't seem like we have too many choices under these circumstances. So, now then, witness, that there is one thing I would like to confirm before we speak of anything else. And what would that be? The request of a client, you killed Mr. Kurita. Is that correct? It is as you say. I did indeed kill Mr. Kurita. Now, that we have that answered, let's move on to the name of your client. Very well. This is really a bad dream. Yes, this is a very bad dream. Shelley DeKiller, what is he gonna say? There is something I must first state. To an assassin, to an assassination, nothing is more important than the trust between client and himself. And this is the reason I am here today on this witness stand. It is my wish to grasp this concept before I give the name of my client. Mr. DeKiller seems to be a very clever man. I'd say he seems to be mocking us. While he may appear to be our enemy, Your Honor, Mr. DeKiller is only stating the truth. He is no hypocrite, and he has always stood by this one belief. A killer with a code, basically. If you mean by this trust between his clients and himself thing, he pulled out of the bag of holding. I know, right? It seems to be a level of trust beyond what people like me can comprehend. Well, Mr. Wright, are you ready to cross-examine the witness? Yes, Your Honor. There's no way to know that nothing's coming, so stay cool and collected, Phoenix. There is something I must first state. We can hear we can hear anything you have to say later. Can you please just tell us your client's name? I don't think you understand your place, Mr. Attorney. I said there is something I must state first. Do you know what the word first means? Sorry. Go on. That's only because you don't know about my situation. Okay. To an assassin, nothing is more important than trust between client and himself. Trust between you and a client? I provide my services in a fast and efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. If too many people knew my face, it would be quite troublesome. And that is why you're testifying in this manner. That is the first time one of my clients has ever been accused of murder. I preserve the killer name so my clients can trust me. If I can't trust someone, but couldn't someone just stab you in the back and break your trust? It has never happened before, and if it ever did, yes, that person wouldn't be my client for very long, which is fair. They would certainly be. That's enough. Please, no more. Very well. It is only a hypothetical anyway. And there is a reason I am here today as a witness on the witness stand. Seems like a little strange to me. I mean, you're about to tell us the name of your client. I would like to think this would be a very bad for them. It doesn't matter to me. This client has already broken the rules and acted outside the prescribed role. Their role? This person tried to implicate another of the crime in order to save themselves. And this trespass cannot be forgiven. You. Who gave you the right to be so high and mighty? To the gentleman who spoke just now, excuse me, but would you care to die? No, no, please, I didn't say anything. Oh, the judge better watch himself. Alright then, so in that case, I'm just gonna backtrack here. Because he said that person's already acted out of the role, so, you know, I'm gonna go back over here. A trust between you and your client? I provide services in a fast, efficient manner. In exchange, I trust that my clients are discreet about me and my identity. These are the roles and the duties of the assassin his clients are carried out. I'm sorry, but I just was wondering about something you said. You said that your client had already broken the rules? A person who frames another is the worst kind of human. And that's why you feel you can betray this person. I have no trust relation with a client who can't understand their assigned role. Just my luck, an assassin with a conscience. Who would have figured? Now then, everyone, do you think you can understand my logic? This case just keeps getting better and better. If you can't, then I'm afraid we can't proceed. Everyone understands your point, I think, really. In the case, I believe I am prepared to disclose the information you seek. You made it crystal clear that you value trust over all else, and I believe we are ready. Excellent. And that is the reason why I am on the witness stand today. Now then, I do believe it's time that I revealed the name of my client, don't you agree? What is it? Now that I can't bring myself to ask the client's name, I can't ask it, Mr. Wright. Then I will. Witness. What is the name of your client who requested the murder of Juan Carita? That person's name is... Adrian Andrews. Bum, bum, bum. Honestly, that... I think it's still kind of fucking crazy, because, like, you know what's actually funny? I fucking just joked about it, too. Literally, like, 20 minutes ago. If she was the actual person behind it, which, honestly, though, which would be so much better. Obviously, it's now so much better, because literally, she took out 2 monsters with 1 stone. It's in terms of 2 birds with 1 stone. Literally that. Honestly, they're fair. That's not what you told me earlier. Pray tell, what are you talking about, Mr. Prosecutor? I should think I know my own client, and it is Adrian Andrews. What? This can't be. On the phone earlier. What's going on here? My guess is that the killer just stabbed Mr. Edgeworth in the back. Stabbed Edgeworth in the back? I'm sure in order to get an audience with this court, Mr. DeKiller told him a different name. Matt on guard, perhaps. I knew it. This can't be. This is outrageous. I was deceived. This witness is telling a very serious lie. But you were the one who summoned this witness. You Shelley DeKiller. My testimony is the truth. The defendant at the moment is Matt and God. Am I correct? All I wish to do is help the prosecution in its acquittal. Wow. All of a sudden, it feels like we can actually win this. Yeah. The prosecution has failed to provide a motive and has instead provided a suicide note that is a forgery created by the victim. Furthermore, this is a possibility of the defendant himself knew it was a fake. But the definitive of all, we have heard from the assassin himself that the name of his client, Mr. DeKiller's client who requested the murder, was not the defendant at all. No. With all the evidence, it is obvious to me that this means that Mr. Matt on guard is innocent. Ew, no. It seems to be caused. It is all. I seem to have all caused you a bit of confusion. Please, continue your discussion and call me when you have reached a verdict. Bailiff, please bring Miss Adrian in immediately. What now? With the way this is going, and guard will be found guilty. This may be our last chance to save Maya. Yeah, but Mr. Edgeworth is right. The killer is lying. And on guard, my client, I know he's guilty. Can I live with myself if I can win this? Who would have believed that the prosecution's own witness would resolve the defendant? Your Honor, the prosecution rests permission further questioning the witness. Shelley DeKiller is certainly lying under oath. It wasn't me. Listen, everyone, please. The testimony just now, it was all one big lie. Miss Andrews. The suicide note may have been fake, but that man, Matt, he's the reason Celeste died. Juan's death, it was all because he got pulled into Matt's twisted world. The testimony just now, you have to believe me, it was horrible, horrible lie. But Mr. DeKiller himself has testified. He has named you as his client. No, that's not true. Honestly, if she is the real client, girl, boss your way. Get two birds with one stone. Also, there is quite a bit of evidence that points to you. The knife, the button, the donning of the nickel samurai costume. But that's... You even have a motive. We know that Miss Celeste's impacts was a large part of your life. You wanted to follow her, and you wanted to take revenge against the two who hurt her. I would say you have plenty of reasons to want them both dead. No, Mr. Wright, you know the truth. Tell them. Tell them the real story, who the real killer is. Tell them. Please, help me. Yes, I know the truth. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I believe we have reached the end of the trial. Therefore, I ask the defense for a final words of or opinions. I have to decide. Do I take a not guilty verdict and save Maya? Or do I throw the chance away and wait for Gumshoe's new evidence? I gotta request a trial to continue because I gotta risk Maya and her safety. So, okay. Let me request a trial to continue. Phoenix, I can't do it, Mia. I can't accept a not guilty. You are a lawyer. I know. But Matt Engarde is a killer, a murderer. I can't let him get away with this. I can't let someone take the fall. If I let Miss Andrews be convicted, then I am no better than Engarde. And even though I don't want to admit it, I have to face the fact. This is because Edgeworth, and I know the real truth. He could have gotten Engarde convicted so many times over, but he never took a single one of those chances. If I take that verdict right now, I'd be betraying his trust. His trust? Never thought about it until now. I trust him? Yes, you do. Mr. Wright, your opinion, please. The defense requests to be allowed to further question Mr. DeKiller. Am I hearing correct, Mr. Wright? Right? Please, but that witness has cleared your client through his testimony. Your job here is done. I am not done yet. To see through the witness's lies and find the truth. That is my job, Your Honor. There's still more evidence I'm looking at. And I'm sure that once those pieces arrive here in this very courtroom, a miracle will occur. Very well, the trial will continue. Mr. Edgeworth, please reestablish connection with Mr. DeKiller. Right away, Your Honor. Oh, my wrist just popped. Has the verdict been reached? Before that, we would like to talk with you a little more. About? All you need from me was the name of my client. What else would you need from me? Well, actually, we would like to hear everything you know about this case. This is how things are, usually done. What is he talking about? Usually done. But what shall we have him testify now? Mr. DeKiller, if you don't mind, please testify about your clients more in detail. You legal people and your procedures. Is it any wonder no one likes to go to court? Witness testimony. I think I could be a lawyer if I had the attention span. As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of a crime. My client did it to frame another for a crime, while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. Even more appalling is the creation and planting of a knife and button. That act is why I was referring to as my client had broken the rules. Same. This is the most unexpected turn of events for the 5th time now. However, this time everything has been revealed.
Objection!
Just a second, Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? We still have to cross-examine to do. But you don't need to question a testimony like this. Do you, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, the defense will question the witness as if I have a choice here. Huh? Why? Oh my god. What is this witness has said is nothing but beneficial to the defense's case. But you scrutinize the testimony and then I'll expose the lies of that so unbeneficial testimony, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand what's going on anymore. That makes 2 of us. About my client. As I have already stated quite a few times, Adrian Andrews is my client. However, one thing I simply cannot overlook is tampering with the scene of the crime. My client did it to frame another for the crime. Let me actually go back and press here. What is it, Mr. Wright? If I press in the wrong way, raise suspicion, but if I have to do something. Witness. About the oh my god, requesting a hit. Yes? How much is your fee? I see you are almost quite a dark-hearted man, Mr. Attorney. Huh? If you would like to talk about business, we can do so after the trial. No. I'm not thinking of Mr. Wright. Yes? You want to kill me? You want me dead? Don't you, dude? That's crazy. The fucking judge is going out of nowhere. What? Why would you think something like that, Your Honor? Guilty. Mr. Phoenix Wright is guilty. He is hereby declared guilty. Bro, just going at him. Witness, let's continue. How did you disclose the name of your client, and why are they your client now? One thing is simple and cannot overlook of tampering with a crime. My client did it in frame of another crime while pretending to be the first person to discover the body and enter the scene. Adrian Andrews already knew from the very beginning that Juan Corrida was dead. Yeah, that's fair. I could present the wine glass because honestly, at the time... Yeah, found next to the victim, filled with juice, bears. We present this.
Objection!
So, thank you so much for taking the time to testify, Mr. DeKiller. What is the meaning of that attitude? When Adrian Andrews entered the victim's room, your client had no idea that Juan Corrida had been murdered. But how? How do you know that? From the wine glass, Your Honor. The glass. Mr. DeKiller's supposed to... oh my god. Mr. DeKiller's supposed client thought Mr. Corrida had only fainted. Which is why this glass of tomato juice was poured for the victim. But isn't that just a part of Adrian Andrews' calculated plan? That is not possible, Your Honor. This glass bears fingerprints of the person. Had this been planned, they would have never left their fingerprints behind. I see your point, Mr. Edgeworth. What is your opinion? Strangely enough, I had the same exact thought just now. Witness, how do you explain this strange phenomenon? Isn't it a waste of time to ask about a minor detail? It's not a very important point anyway, correct? I'm afraid you're mistaken. If Adrian Andrews really is your client, as you claim, then your client should have had the knowledge of Mr. Kreda's death. If not, then that can only mean that Adrian Andrews was never your client at all. Damn it. I'd have been so cool if she was. How strange. Yes? Why is it that the attorney has yet to raise an objection at the absurd situation? Phoenix, if the killer figures out what we're up to, we're in a real trouble. Yeah, I know. Objection! Mr. Edgeworth, I'm surprised. You know you can't say things like that without any evidence. Ah, sorry. Well, I was awfully weak. Objection for the two of you. Anyway, I'm positive that there was a contradiction in that testimony. The prosecution requests further testimony concerning the request was taken. Very well. Right now, I have to buy us more time. While we wait for the items Mr. the Killer left behind to get here. I just know that the very outcome of this trial lies with those items. Hi, Sledge. How are you doing? This request came to me, about a week ago. It was a request for my services on the night of the awards ceremony. We met at a certain bar, discussed and finalized a few matters. That is what occurred, and I trust my memory, and I believe I made no mistakes. Dude, if I was an assassin, I'd have to keep a notebook on people. So you were physically met with your client, huh? That is correct. Meeting one's client is the first step to building trust, in my opinion. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Gotta get him pretty good. This request came to me on about a week ago. About a week ago. 1 week ago, are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. I, of course, had my own preparations, and I was barely able to finish. And when you requested my services, Mr. Attorney, I hope you will keep that in mind. Please, stop. In any case, my client, this time, had a very specific date and time in mind. A specific date and time. It was a request for my services on the night of the award ceremony. Did you ask why on that specific night? Oh, let me actually... No. I tried to fulfill all of my conditions of my client's request, but as for why, I only had my suspicions. Your suspicions, huh? Press further. So, what are these suspicions you had, and why did your client request that night? I'm sure it was all for the bear, or in this case, Juan Corrida, because he's known as the bear. Or not, well, not just that too, but the stuffed bear and stuff. That's like $3,000. The bear? My client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figure in Juan Corrida's room. I would like you to retrieve that item for me. You must be talking about the puzzle bear. Inside the figurine was a suicide note. Naturally, the victim brought it with him to his hotel room. He was planning to publicly disclose the contents of the press and conference after that. Fair. That's very true. That is correct. And if I had not done that job that night, I would not have known where the bear figure was. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, was the testimony just now of importance? It's very important, actually. The testimony just now has made one thing clear, and that is the client knew the secret of the bear figurine. Huh? Why is everyone so quiet? Mr. Wright, I think all of us already knew that. Oh, really? Witness, please continue with your testimony. We met at a certain bar to discuss the finalize of a few matters. Hold on, guys, hold on. Had to close my door. Everyone was talking outside my room. It was to request for the services of the Knights of the Award Ceremony. We met at a certain bar and discussed the finalize of a few matters, and it was occurred to me, I trust my memory, I don't make no mistakes. I know there's something over here. I just gotta look at it again. Met at a certain bar, discuss and finalize a few matters. So, you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? What was that brief pause? Press further. Witness, I would like you to give us more details. I always meet my clients as a matter of principle. I would never take up a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between clients and myself above all things. You know what? This guy got some he has it from a professional business side of things, because he is, yes, a professional hired to kill, but he also wants to make sure it's in a business sense. Like, guys, like, he's like literally like in his fancy suit. He's like, hey, here's all the facts, money. We make it clean as possible. It's like a salesman, except not as scummy, I guess. Like a door-to-store salesman. And the only way I establish that is to speak to the clients while looking them in the eye. Well, Mr. Wright, was that testimony important? Yes, it is. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. the Killer had met his client before the murder, then it is unlikely he is mistaken. So you're saying that this client really was Adrian Andrew? Yes, he is. I guess so. You see, it is just as I said. Ugh. I'm so lost. Who the heck am I supposed to be helping here? Calm down, Phoenix. Be careful and think and relax. Now, please, would the witness please continue? That is what occurred, and I trust my memory. I believe I make no mistakes. This is, I believe I make no mistakes. I feel like I have more I can add to here. I wonder if I can go at this another way. Let me go back. So, you physically met Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that? No, I gotta press further. Witness, I would like for you to give us more details. I always meet with my clients as a matter of principle. I have never taken a request by telephone or mail. And why is that? That's because I value the trust between clients and myself above all else. And the only way to establish is to speak to the client by looking them in the eye. Honestly, that's a scary way. Well, Mr. Wright? Well, Mr. Wright, Was a testimony of importance? Yes, it was very important. I can trust the person. I can trust this person. I can trust this person. Of course, it was very important, Your Honor. If Mr. the Killer had met his client before the murder, then it is unlikely he makes mistakes. So you're saying that this client really was Adrian Andrews? I guess so. You see? Just as I said. Now then, let's continue. I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Let me see here. Oh, ad start in about 3 minutes, guys. So your client was Adrian Andrews. That is correct. Well, he has 2 of them met. But if he didn't, then one on his testimony. Well, there has to be something around this time. You have to draw more information from him. Don't be suspicious. If you can do that, then you should be able to find a flaw in his testimony. Talk about a delicate balance. I know, right? All right, let's start again from the beginning. So about a week ago. Are you sure? Yes, I'm quite sure. Thing, barely there. Please stop. In any case, my client is very specific in mind, a specific time and date. So, it was requested the night of the award ceremony. Did you speak? Why did you speak on the specific night? No, I was trying to fulfill the conditions of my client, but why? Suspicious, huh? So, what are those suspicions you had about your client? I'm sure it was because of the bear. The bear, my client spoke of it. I'm sure there will be a bear-shaped figurine in Juana's room. I would like to retrieve the item for me. Okay. Suicide note. Correct. I feel like it was important, regardless. The client knew of... Yes. Okay, here we go. Has to be right here, because this is another press further statement, honestly. So you physically met with Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. What was that brief pause? Press further. Why is that? Because I value the client between myself. The only way to establish is this guy. Yes, it's very important. Let's do something else. See, as I said, I feel like I feel like it has to be here, and I'm fucking up. Way to go through dialogue. Wait, go through the dialogue. That's what I'm doing. So you physically... You physically met with Adrian Andrews, right? Of course I did. Wait, what was that brief pause? Press further. It was... I always met with my clients as a matter of principle. I never taken a request by phone. Mail. Why is that? Because I value the trust between a client and myself above all things. Was not important. Yeah, I'm gonna try this one because I've been doing very important. Wait, why would... Oh. Why he meets his clients is not important, and that wasn't the point. Witness, please stop sidestepping my questions. What do you mean by that? My question was, did you really meet Adrian Andrews in person? I believe I already told you, Mr. I did. It was only through talking with him face to face that I could trust him. We found our goat. We found it. Oh my god. We found it. Bitch, hold on. Okay, that's when I thought I can trust this person as a client. It's true. They're talking face to face. Well, Mr. Wright, it is very important now. Him, easy clap. Exactly. I heard that correct. I think he just said now. Then I think I've got him. Your Honor, I believe the testimony just now was utmost importance. Huh? Really? If that's the case, witness, please include that in your statement now. If in your testimony. Very well. For a moment, I saw him and I thought I could trust this person as a client. Oh, baby boy, we're gonna now. Gotta present. See, this guy right here. Fuck this guy. Present.
Objection!
I would like to go over this one more time. You met Adrian Andrews at the bar and took the request at the time. Yes, that is correct. And that's when you thought he, quote unquote, was trustworthy? How many times do I must repeat myself? Yes, that is correct. I'm sorry, but this is impossible to hail. What? Shelly the Killer. You have never met the real Adrian Andrews. Ooh. Why would you say that? Because you made one very important slip up about her. So what's the issue? What did you just say now? About her? If you had ever met Adrian Andrews in person, one look would tell you that she is a woman. No. Oh my god, dude. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Wright, what is the meaning of this? This witness has testified to the following. That he has met face to face with his clients when taking the request. And but he has never met Adrian Andrews in person? Yes, Your Honor. That is the point exactly. That means Mr. the Killer's client could not have been Miss Adrian Andrews. Uh-oh. This guy is sweating oil. Mr. Edgeworth, I would like to understand your logic on this one. However, why would the assassin make such a basic mistake? I believe it has to do with the name, Your Honor. Her name? Yes, Adrian Andrews is without a doubt a very androgynous name. I see. Unlucky for Mr. the Killer, the entire time he was on the stand, no one has stated Adrian Andrews' gender. That's very true. So, he simply picked the wrong gender to go with. What? What's going on here? Shelly the Killer! This court demands an explanation. I think somehow I must have mixed up this client with another. So, does that mean you remember something different now? Motherfucker? Yes, of course. Please, if you could allow me to testify one more time. I think he's just going to spit out more lies. Very well, but this time, please give us the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Yes, now I remember. I took the request by mail. and have been many times. There have been many times when I took a job without having met my client. The request was for a murder of Juan Crida and 2 or 3 small things. When I saw the name at the end of the letter, I thought my client to be a man. I don't know. This is not adding up, bud. So, you took this job through a letter. Didn't mention anything about a letter in his earlier statement, which means he is definitely lying. Be careful, Phoenix. If you break this assassin's testimony completely, it's over for us. I know, I can't make him suspicious, but I think we're okay. Like, we can do this. As long as he's standing there across from me, no matter how strong of a punch I throw, he'll counter it. Now then, let us begin the cross-examination. Yes, I remember. I took the request by mail. There have been many times when I took a job without meeting my client. The request was for the murder of Juan Crida and 2 or 3 other small things, which I'm gonna actually press further on because that's a little sus. 2 or 3 other things? Yes. And what are those other things? A few other things that have nothing to do with the case. I'm sure about that, but I'm pretty sure there is something. What should I do? Should I let him slide with that? It'd be really bad if I pushed his buttons the wrong way and he got mad. Okay. Press further with more information. But well, I might need to start saving. Getting closer to the end, so I'm like wondering about my options right now. Press further. Whether or not they're related to the case is for the court to decide. Mr. Attorney. Yes, everything I have said from the beginning has been nothing but beneficial to your client, which is why I wonder why is you who is pushing what? Oh my god. Which is why I wonder what is pushing you to continue with the cross-examination. Could it be that you are planning to betray your own client? I smell the stench of backstabber. Oh, Lord. And should you turn out to be one? Wait. Uh-oh. This is looking real bad. I shouldn't press my luck, alright? I have to think about this. Is it worth pursuing? I'm gonna press further. I gotta press further, because I already saved already, so in case of anything happens, I can just re-go back. Press further. Witness, this is a very important matter. Please cooperate and tell us what the other jobs your client requested you. If it's truly that important, I suppose I don't have much of a choice. The bear figure. The bear figure? After the assassination target, I was told to find the figurine. I was told that this job was just as important as the actual killing. And where was that figurine? It was inside Mr. Crida's suitcase. It was in the bear. Oh my god, so it was in the guitar case. Oh, that's interesting. And then, what did you do next? I handed it over to my client right away. You gave it to your client? Interesting. This is important. This information certainly sounds important to me. Witness, please include this in your testimony. As you wish. One of these was to find a bear figure to give to Adrian Andrews. Alright, now I can present more information. And then... let me present the bear again.
Objection!
Shelly the Killer. If you really had given the bear to Miss Andrews, then this item should not have been inside it. This item, I see where you're going. Yep, that's where I'm going. Where is everyone going? Do I need to pack a suitcase? Your Honor, please think back to Miss Andrews' testimony. And I was going to burn it for her sake. If, even for a single minute, this bear had actually been Miss Andrews' hands, I'm sure she would have taken the suitcase and note out to burn it. Girl. Ooh, girl. Order, order, order. So this is where you two were going. So by the very fact that this suicide note was still inside the bear, tells us that your client didn't know how to disable the puzzle. And that means your client. It is impossible for Adrian Andrews to be the client. Oh no. Order, order, order. Mr. Phoenix, right. I'm sure I mentioned this before. How I hate traitors above all else. Uh-oh. I think your cross-examination has clearly demonstrated something to me. You must wish to break your engagement or your end of our agreement. No, that's enough. If this is your intention, then there will only be one thing for me to do. Wait, please. Gentlemen, ladies, please excuse me. I have a matter that I must attend to. No. Please, not that, and please wait. Mr. Attorney, bring this trial to a speedy end, or I may stay my hand otherwise. Oh no. What in the... Mr. Wright, are you? Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. I didn't understand this witness outburst just now. Do you think that there is a need to hear more testimony, or is this enough? Well, we should, Edgeworth. We can't do this. We keep this up, Maya, she'll... Oh my. The prosecution What is coming over everyone, even you? The prosecution rests. Ooh. What is going on around here? Honestly, dude. The judge is just like, out of sight, out of mind. The prosecution has no further questions, Your Honor. What? What? Ooh, girl. This is getting spicy. Well, I never thought I'd see the day that this is a most unusual situation. If the prosecution rests with no further questions, then the prosecution has failed to uphold its stance. Ooh. If that's the case, then even though I am reluctant, I must believe that Mr. the Killer's testimony is accurate. Adrian Andrews, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? If I end this trial here, right now, then your client, Matt Engarde, will be declared innocent. And in his place, Adrian Andrews will be charged with murder. Andrews would be charged with murder? The prosecution has no further questions. There. Ooh, girl. And so we will now hear the defense's final remarks. Bailiff, please bring the defendant, Matt Engarde, to the stand. The items at the killer's hideout didn't make it in time. We tried as hard as we could, but it looks like our timer has ran out. I can't believe it. The outcome now lies in your hands. Dude, the old guy finally decided? To be honest, I can't think of you as truly innocent and a good person. You have done enough evil to drive a woman to suicide. But, at least on the charge of murder, it would appear you are innocent. Ha. Evil is evil. So I guess I can't do the voice for him. So I guess even the old fuddy-duddy figured me out. Mr. Engarde? What an atrocious lawyer. Atrocious lawyer. I had given him his own client up like this. And that refreshing breeze? And that refreshing, like a spring breeze crap is just atrocious, don't you agree? Anyway, get on with it. Pronounce me innocent already. Right, Mr. Lawyer? Should I side with justice? Or should I save Maya's life? You better get Engarde that guilty stance, okay? But if I did that, Maya will die. And if I say he's innocent, then Miss Andrews will be charged with murder. So I'd say he's guilty and not guilty. Either choice I make, someone's life is going to end. Aw, dude. It all hinges on what I choose. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. If the person who hired the assassin was Adrian Andrews, your client, Mr. Matt Engarde, is innocent. There's no need to ask, old man. After all, my lawyer's gonna say what I want, aren't you? Right. I can't do this, but I have to decide something. I can't continue on with the evidence anymore to help me. I have to listen to my heart, the heart of the cards. My client, this asshole right here, Matt Engarde, is guilty. We are waiting for your answer, Mr. Wright. Matt Engarde, your client deserves an answer. Maya, sorry. Matt Engarde is... Oh, girl. Oh my god, Francesca! Bitch, let's fucking go! She's here! Oh, snap, doing all the snaps. Oh, girl, look at her coming in. Blue gorgeous hair woman. Oh, yes. Oh, God. You see now, don't you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I fucking do it. She had her fucking detective bugged. With the Dragon Ball tracker, mind you. This is exactly why you should never take your eyes off of the scruffy fool. Dude, I think she honestly has a crush on him. Hi, Loki. Did you bring them? The final pieces? Do you have them? You should know better than to ask that, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Von Karma is perfect in every way, and the evidence is in perfect condition. Don't worry about Scruffy, he's fine, and his injuries are minor. All of the items are inside this. Oh, she fucking took his jacket! What a filthy old coat is that? That's Gumshoes. Can spot his tattered rags anywhere. Oh, my poor baby doesn't even have clothes. I apologize for this ugliness, but there was nothing else I could wrap the items in. I fought long and hard for this whole trial. All for what is inside that raggedy coat. I'm sure what's inside the coat lies a crucial piece of evidence. Your Honor, inside that filthy coat are the defense's final pieces of evidence. Your final evidence? This trial is already over. All that remains is me to hand down my verdict. I do not believe that any evidence presented now would change the outcome of this trial. What?
Objection!
Your Honor, this is the duty of the exam. Every piece of evidence and evidence down to the last. I request that Miss Von Karma is allowed to present these pieces of evidence. I suppose you're right, Mr. Edgeworth. I grant permission to do so. However, it is obvious the rule applies here. If there's one item, if these items do not bring up any points, then we will not be accepted into this court. Now, Miss Von Karma, if you please. These pieces of evidence are items left by the killer during his escape from the police. He must have been in quite a rush. Yes, Your Honor. The killer left 3 pieces of evidence. Somehow, I am among this evidence, somewhere among the evidence we're about to see. There will be something that will turn this whole situation around. Like a miracle. That is all we can hope for, because I fucking pressed the button too fast again. The first item is a pistol, which probably shot her in the fucking shoulder, by the way. The killer's pistol had anything to do with this case? Question for more detail. Actually, no, I gotta options. I gotta start saving. Okay, I got a question for more details, honestly, because... Does that pistol have any relation to this case? We have yet to perform ballistics tests, so I can't say anything for certain. However, I do believe it is something that can do with this case, at least with me. Well, yeah, because like I said, it shot her in the fucking arm. That's the pistol that he used to shoot you, isn't it? That's what I believe, yes. Oh. I kept the bullet they removed from my shoulder as a sort of memento. I'm sure it will be an excellent sample for the test. So, what's the pistol used to shoot Francesca? It's probably not going to help us very much, but it's added to the court. And a second piece of evidence is a videotape. That will definitely help out. I bet the killer took this from Ungard Mansion. More details. Have you checked out the contents of the tape? Unfortunately, there was no time to. Oh yeah. But I was speculative that the tape is very important. Why would you say that? Because he came back to his hideout for it. The killer went back to it? That's right. It looks like he was trying to recover it. He injured 3 of the officers at the site. But somehow, it looked like they managed to protect it from the killer. Shelly B. Shelly B. Shelly the Killer is no ordinary man. Videotape added. One of the items retrieved, the killer violently tried to recover it. Contents unknown. And last but not least, a piece of the bellboy uniform. Is that the uniform from the Gateway Hotel? It is. What was that used during the crime? I'm almost certain it was. There's even a pair of black leather gloves with it in the pockets. There's no doubt about it. The killer was wearing that the night of the murder. There is one thing I found interesting about this uniform. What is that? There is a button missing from the uniform. Button? This is a very unique button. I'm sure we will recover it. It would provide us with an interesting clue. Bellboy uniform added to the court records. This is all I have to present, Your Honor. Hey, just as I thought. And? What is it, Your Honor? I'm sure we are under no normal circumstances. These items from Shelby the Killer's hideout could be very important clues. However, our question is, who did the killing? It is, who is the client? Yes, that is correct. And these three items do not tell us anything about it. Thank you for your hard work, Miss Von Cartwright. You may step down now. Wait, Your Honor. Please allow me to examine this new evidence. Overruled. This court already has enough evidence. It needs to hand down a verdict. No! We don't have enough evidence for the fucking verdict. Bitch, no. Wonderful. I can't do his voice anymore. Wonderful. Absolutely splendid. The judge is such a brilliant man, isn't he? Is this the end? Phoenix, I knew it. There's no such thing as a miracle in this world, is there? I think you're wrong. I think they do exist. But you have to make that miracle happen. You've come this far. You can't give up now. But no matter how you think about it, it's try for my sake. Just think about it for a second. There are two ways out of this situation for us. The first, make Ungard wish from the bottom of his soul for a guilty verdict. Huh? The killer will always place his client's wishes first. If Ungard wishes himself to be convicted, then he will let his hostages go. That may be true, but that's asking to do the impossible. The second way, force the killer to end his contract with Ungard. If the killer were to no longer think of Ungard as his client, then he would let Maya go. Mia, that's even more impossible. He is a man who values his duty towards his clients above all else. I know both of these seem like impossible feats at first, but if you could make either one happen, it would truly be a miracle. The bigger problem is, the judge has already said he doesn't need any more evidence. The pieces he has just shown he is not accepting. Like, think things through the other side. Isn't that what has always worked for us? The other side? Wait, does that mean? You mean to turn things around. Phoenix, the judge says he doesn't need evidence. Is that the case? If that's the case, then who needs it? The person who needs the evidence. The defense, prosecution, and judge. We have seen all the pieces of evidence, and this is how we have come to know the truth. But this is the one person that has yet to see them all. And that person does not know the truth. And I'm thinking it's the killer himself who doesn't know all the facts. The truth is that it may be what brings the miracle to an end. Ooh, girl. I totally said that wrong, but you know what I mean. There are no objections this time, correct? Now then, I will pronounce my verdict. Why don't we all respectively sit back and listen, kids?
Objection!
Ooh, girl. I have already told you, Mr. Wright. This court does not need any more evidence. I am not saying it is the evidence that needs... Oh my god. Oh my god, my voice is starting to scratch. I'm not saying that it is us that needs the evidence, Your Honor. Then, you want to show the evidence to that person? Hmm? Yes, Your Honor. Please, Your Honor, Mr. Wright, for you to ask such a passion, I will grant you this one chance. Oh, one chance. Okay, let me actually save, make some saves, make some saves, make some saves. Let me make some saves. One chance. Please show your evidence to who you think it is right, who is the right person. That is impossible to turn the situation around in one try. One try is all I will permit. I have to try this. And remember, everything has happened up until this point. Think, Phoenix, think. There must be a way to save Maya while taking Enguarde down at the same time. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's not waste any more time. Who will you show the evidence to? I have to show it to the killer because, honestly, he's the only one that doesn't know the full truth. Because Enguarde, like he said, he has blackmail on everybody because he's a quote-unquote fresh spring breeze or some shit like that. Nah. Get his ass out of here. Let me present the killer. Play the killer. I see. Options. Save. We are saving. And now, tell the court what one piece of evidence you would like to show this person. The fucking videotape. Because that's the evidence we need. Because, as we remember, this bear over here in the corner had the camera in its eye and the transceiver. So those were the two evidence that was, oh my god. At 8 o'clock, it was recording for an hour straight. So everything's on there to blackmail in case if anything happens. Well, what do you think, Mr. Edgeworth? I think there is some merit in something this evidence is to witness. Bailiff, please bring in the transceiver from earlier. All right, it looks like I managed to convince him. Maya, she's okay, right? Didn't I tell you to concern yourself with your bringing about a speedy end to the trial? Now, if I understand correctly, you wish to show me one piece of evidence? Yes, one is all I need. I have here a videotape. It was found at your hideout. I heard you injured 3 officers in an attempt to get that back. That was a most forgettable. However, it was in order from my client. I was told to protect that videotape. I thought so. I'm afraid I seem to have failed in that regard. Do you know the contents of this tape? I was sternly told by my client not to watch it. So, I have absolutely no idea. Actually, you are on this tape. Me? There was a video camera hidden in the crime scene. Your actions were being recorded. What? Is that true, Mr. Wright? Who was it that planted the camera? Well, the only person who could have placed the camera at the scene of the crime that would be your client, naturally. That was Adrian Andrews? Be quiet and listen, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Your client, quote-unquote, specified at a place and time for you, isn't that right? Yes. That was so that they could film you. Had no idea. Mr. Wright? Why would my client do such a thing? I would like to know why. Why did Matt Ungarn film the crime scene? The reason why he did that is my ticket out of this whole mess. There is only one reason why your client would secretly film the crime scene. It was to blackmail you. Your client once told me something very interesting. That we were talking about you, and this is what they said. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, at least of all assassins. Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. Yes, that's where the video comes in. With that, I can keep him at bay, even blackmail him if I wanted. Your client didn't trust you at all. They were thinking of using this video to blackmail you. What do you have to say for that, Shelly the Killer? Oh my, he's sweating. Oh no! He's pissed. It looks like I am being deceived from the very beginning. Yes, by natural. This is the kind of person they are. Your client is a person who only thinks and plots of how to use people around them to protect themselves from any and all dangers that may arise. This is why the true nature of your client. I have one question for the witness. Yes, you told us one thing numerous times during your testimony. You detest traitors most of all. Yes, that is right. But what if that traitor was your own client? What would you do then? That's obvious. I would break our contract in that case. And then, that client would become my next target. For the honor of the killer name, even if it takes an eternity. I would follow that person to the ends of the earth to exact my punishment. Get it, girl. Get it, mama. As a criminal, as a gentleman criminal, you have to hold it. You know, you have to hold your standards. That's all I wanted to know. Mm-hmm. So, traitor becomes the killer's next client. Ooh, girl. Ah, I get it. This is how we turn the case around. Mr. Wright? Yes? My contract with my client is over as of now. I seem to have a new job on my hands. I will now return to you your precious item. What the? I'm not an item? Beep. Maya, I thought I'd never see you again. Thank goodness. This trial appears to have come to its conclusion. However, I actually am sort of. I don't quite know just what happened with the client and the witness. Ah. Miss Von Karma, what did you... She always has you in your sights. Now, I do believe it's time to finally hand down the verdict. Fuck this guy, man. Get fucked, dude. Mr. Unguard. It looks like somehow you got what you wanted. You know? Loser. You will finally receive the acquittal you wanted so badly. You should be happy. But before that, I would like to make one final statement. Sometimes in the near future, one very betrayed assassin may appear before you. So get fucked, loser, again. Needless to say, that man was very good at what he does. I'm sure you will understand, I mean, if you watch this video. Help me. Now then, Your Honor, the verdict, if you please. Oh, is that right with you, Mr. Wright? We have finally reached the end of a very long battle. Whether he is convicted or acquitted, there is no escape for him now. Go on, Phoenix. Plead whatever way your heart tells you. Plead that motherfucker guilty! Matt Engarde. Even though I am your lawyer, I cannot make your crime disappear. I think your guilty verdict is appropriate here. Me? My wonderful self? Guilty? Even if you got an acquittal, the instant you set foot outside of the detention center, your life would be in danger. No matter which way you look at it. You cannot run away from your crime anymore, motherfucker. Save for different dialogue. Oh, okay. Oh, dude, he just like ripped up his face. As long as it looks like we have uncovered the real truth. I don't remember you helping out much in this. Mr. Edgeworth, how is Matt Engarde? I left Miss Von Karma in charge of his incarceration. He is completely fucked. I'm sure he's getting a full course meal of whip leather right now. Very good. That was a close one, wasn't it? Yes. I plan to pay my debt to society for my own crime, Your Honor. The first time I was called to this witness stand during the trial, all I felt was despair. You must be talking about the time Edgeworth really went after her. I guess she's trying to forgive him for what he did. This witness, how should I put this? She has an illness. If you're going to say you would choose death, then that is no concern to me. But after that, when I was alone at the detention center, that was the first time I really saw myself for who I am. And today, when the two of you used your combined strength to convict Matt, I felt like I had finally been saved. Oh. Wow, this is the first time I've ever seen her smile. I'm really happy that you two were in charge of this case. I really don't know how to express how I feel about that moment. This is the first time I've felt comfortable with myself, with who I am. Thank you so much, everyone. It looks like we have resolved everything at last. As for myself, there will still be a few things I'm confused about. But everyone seems to be in good spirits. That is good enough for me. This is all this court is adjourned. March 23rd, 5:14 p.m. District Court Room number 3. You were great out there, Phoenix. What I did out there was right, wasn't it? This is the first time you've not gotten a client off. You got them a guilty verdict this time. But you have to look past all of that to what's really important. You now realize that there is something more than just getting a not guilty, right? Yes, I understand now. Phoenix, think back for a second. Think back to the moments before Miss Von Karma arrived with the final pieces of evidence. Think about the incredible decision you had to make. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear the defense's final statements on this matter. Super. Thank you for the SO. No problem, bud. I can't count on the evidence to help me anymore. I have to listen to my heart. Should I side with justice or should I save Maya's life? My client, Matt Ungardes. Is he guilty or is he not guilty? Those were your two choices then. And your answer. Your answer spoke to what being a lawyer means to you. Right! Edgeworth! I have good news. Maya is now safe in the police custody. Really? Hurt? You're telling us the truth right now, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, she is quite safe. She is on her way as we speak in a patrol car. Yay! Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya! She's safe! You did it! You really did it, Mr. Nick! Ow, she punches deceptively hard for a kid. I believed in you. I kept saying to myself, Mr. Nick will save her. Mr. Nick will save her. Oh, my poor baby. Thanks. Oh, what's wrong? Miss Von Karma. About earlier. Thanks. Oh, God. Why are you still smiling, Mr. Phoenix Wright? You lost. Your perfect win record has been crushed. And yet, you are still happy. I don't think you'll ever understand, Miss Von Karma. How dare you? Don't worry. She may in time, after all. I was like that myself until a year ago. Edgeworth. For my own personal victories, and for my guilty verdicts. I use every dirty trick in the book. My own win. I use every dirty trick in the book, and so my win record remains spotless. But a man appeared and stood fast against the selfish me. I fought him in my usual manner and tasted my first defeat. I felt like I had lost everything because of that. And then it was my turn to sit in the defendant's chair. And I was saved by that person I called my enemy. I couldn't forgive myself for all that had happened. So I left the prosecutor's office. And I left that note. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. As well, you should have. A prosecutor who has shamed himself with defeat should crawl into a hole and die. But that was not what happened. I had left the prosecutor's office, and it was in that moment of clarity it began. What foolishness! We prosecutors use anything we can to attack a defendant. It's true, they do. But every time we did so,
Objection!
no matter how desperate the situation, instead of giving up like most people, that man would hold strong with his dying faith. Then, before I knew it, I began to trust in that man as well. What? You trusted your enemy? doesn't matter how underhanded tricks are, or how... It doesn't matter how many underhanded tricks a person uses. The truth will always find a way to make itself known. The only thing we can do is fight with the knowledge we hold in everything we have. Erasing the paradoxes is one by one. It's never easy. We claw and scratch for every inch, but we will always eventually reach that one single truth. This I promise. The truth. Yes, that's the reason why prosecutors and defense attorneys exist. But I'm not sure you knew already. But I'm sure you knew already, didn't you, right? That's why you couldn't forgive me. This man who went into hiding. Isn't that right? This man who only had his sights set on victory. Who ran away into the night. Is Mr. Edgeworth right, Mr. Nick? You really let me down. When you disappeared, I felt betrayed. The reason I decided to become a lawyer to begin with was because I believed in the things you said to me all those years ago. And you betrayed your own words. And that's why 1 year ago, I made up my mind. I decided that Miles Edgeworth I knew had died. At least, that's what I had told myself. You pathetic fool. God, Von Karma. Gotta ruin a moment. Miss Von Karma! I don't want to hear the wretched whimpering of a disgraced loser. A Von Karma is someone who is destined to be perfect. And Miles Edgeworth, you are no longer worthy. You are no longer worthy of being a Von Karma. And neither am I. It's over. It's all over. Oh, my poor baby. Francesca threw something over the ground just now. This is an electromagnetic receiver. Isn't that the thing she used to track Detective Gumshoe? I'll return this to the precinct later. And there's something else. Isn't that Miss Von Karma's whip? I'll never set foot into another courtroom again. I'm sure that's what she'll be saying by this action. You should keep this, right? Okay. Nick! My baby! Oh my god. You can... Oh my god. She needs a burger. Maya. Maya! Mystic Maya? Oh. Oh. The little family's back together again. Oh, Nick, I knew you would come through. You got on guard convicted like I knew you would. On top of that, you even rescued me. Oh, well, of course I did. You know I would never desert you. But you sure pressed your luck with this trial. You're really lucky to be standing here. Whatever. Look, it's over, okay? Besides, I didn't croak. I would just like to come back and haunt you like a bad ghost through Pearly. Is that really that easy to do? Thanks a lot, Nick. Don't mention it. Maya? Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! I'm relieved you were all right. Hey, it looks like you've made some real progress, Mr. Edgeworth. Ugh. Well, I suppose I'm a little different from who I was a year ago. Oh, she's hungry! All right, I think it's time we go out out of this depressing place. Huh? Where are we going? Food, Nick, food, grub, chow, I'm starved. I'm so hungry. Even you look nice. You look like a nice juicy burger bun to me. You think I look like a burger? I'm a prime rib at least. Oh, come with us, Mr. Edgeworth, please. If you insist. All right, so how about we hit up the usual burger joint? Don't be silly, Nick. Huh? This case messed up the awesome evening and got in the way of my gourmet food. I've decided we are having to make it up, having another feast. Another feast? Come on, Nick, food! Oh. March 23rd, 7:30, 8 p.m. Gatewater Hotel. Hey, sorry, pal. Sorry to keep you guys. Oh my god, he's all bandaged up. Gumshoe. Actually, can I? Yeah, I'm really embarrassed. I didn't think I'd hit a telephone pole of all things. Jesus Christ, so that's what he hit on the way back, didn't he? Alright, we have ads starting, but I'm gonna honestly just snooze it for another 7 minutes. I didn't think I would hit a telephone pole on the way of all things. A telephone pole. Then it wasn't a red light that got him. You did it! Oh my god. Oh my god. Her voice. Okay, we're doing good. You did it again, city boy. I felt like my dear old heart was gonna give out on me, and I ain't joking. Yeah, yeah, it was more exciting than the very last episode of the Steel Samurai. Thanks. Now looky here, Mr. Snooty Prosecutor, don't you be wrecking up bullying Mr. Right too hard. If you don't start being a lot nicer to him, he might just kick it. Tonight, even. I'll keep that in mind. Welcome back. Now, well, come on. Everyone's gathering around. And y'all gonna get your picture taken by a genuine professional photographer. Looks like a lot of bought herself a new camera. Well, pal, at least we can put this messy case behind us now. Come on, tonight's all about eating, so let's chow down, pal. Ahem. To that. Amen to that, pal. Amen. You know, when you think about it, you were the one who saved the day, detective. Huh, me? You really think so? He's right. Oh, girl. Oh my god, my voice is starting to give out. If it wasn't for the 3 items you took, I think the trial would have had a very different ending. Ah, well, you know, it's, Huh? Wait, that's odd. When I ran off with things from the killer's hideout, I was sure I took 4 things in total, sir. Wait, hold on, what the fuck? 4? What? 4? Yeah, I'm pretty sure one of them was in my coat pocket. The 4th item. Oh, come on, y'all, it's over. But, whoo, boy, I tell ya, you really are something else. Between getting accused of murder and getting kidnapped, never a dull moment with you, huh? You think? Why does she look so happy about that? But being shut away for 2 whole days, weren't you scared? Yeah, it was really scary. I felt so hopeless. So, to keep my mind off of things, I drew a picture. Sounds like you had it rough, gal. So, where's that picture of yours? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to see Mystic Maya's picture. You know, I don't know where it went. Aw. That's too bad. Well, it's alright. It wasn't anything important anyway. Aw. It sure is nice to finally see them both smiling again. Huh? What is this, Edgeworth? Oh, this thing is picking up something. Ah, that's it! Miss Von Karma's receiver! Ah, thanks to her, I had the most awful experience of my life, sir. I can't believe she stuck a tracking device on me. That's odd. Even though you're standing right here, The tracking device seems to be in a different location. Oh, it was probably busted or something, sir. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm afraid it's about time for me to excuse myself. I still have some work to do. Huh? Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't even eaten anything yet. And you've eaten way too much, you glutton. I had fun tonight. Now, if you excuse me. No, wait. What? I just want to say, thanks, Edgeworth. Really saved me out there. If you should be saying thanks, it should be me, right? I feel like words alone aren't enough here. I would wonder if there's anything I can get him to express in how I feel. What would be something I could express to him? I don't have a lot to, like, express to him. Aside from him being my buddy. My buddy. What do you want? A whip. That? What's this? Thank you. It's all thanks to you two. You and her. You don't need to thank me. I was only doing my job. It looks like Mr. Edgeworth has left, Mr. Nick. Hey, Mystic Maya. Yes, Pearly. I guess you two can go back to being— oh my god. You and Nick, I mean. Pearly, would you cut it out already? You're embarrassing me. Anyway. So, who's paying for all this lovely dinner party? As if you need to ask. Oh, hold on. Let me snooze the ads again. Everyone, say thank you to Nick. Yeah, I'm kind of at a point where I can't even buy instant noodles, pal. So I kind of put everything on your name on your bill. Oh. Huh? What? Yeah, got me in a situation like this myself. There's this camera shop in this hotel, see? And I just bought myself this good old beauty here. I'd be better to know it's $3,000. Huh? Huh? Actually, I reckon you bought it for me since it's on your tab and all. Oh, buddy. These guys are gonna put him into debt. Like, actually put him into debt. Isn't this great, Mr. Nick? Yeah, Nick. Why do I suddenly feel like screaming? Aw, you don't... Why don't you... Aw, you don't need to hold back, you hear? Yeah, pal. Time to let it all out. This is going to be the first time I hear you, the real you. Go on, it's been a while since I heard you say it. I've been busy being a hostage after all. All right then, if you say so. Oh, and that is the end to Ace Attorney 2. We managed to actually beat it. The rest of the game in 6 hours. You really came through for me, Nick. I had to hide that letter, but I knew you'd find it. I really feel like I've been living on the edge lately. I mean, I've escaped death 3 times now. Pretty cool, huh? I feel like a pro. And... I'm so excited. I'm so happy that you could save Mystic Maya, Mr. Nick. And I'm so happy for you too. Speaking of which, I think the hotel is a popular place for honeymooners. So, I sort of made reservations for you two just in case. Oh my god, Pearl. But, honestly, this is definitely an interesting chapter. I think it was fucking crazy, honestly. On its fucking own, mind you. But, holy crap. I feel like my voice isn't that bad. Well, pal, it looks like I'm back to the force again. Mr. Edgeworth had a long talk with the chief and he got me reinstated. I heard he had a lot of things going on in society. I knew it. Crashing headlong into everything is the way to live, pal. I didn't even get to read it in time. But I like the fact that they're all talking to him at different points. I really want to play the 3rd game now. Oh, it's Officer Bird. I'm Maggie Bird. am retiring this uniform. I'm going to be a waitress from now on. And bringing a smile to people who come to the restaurant. I hope you'll stop by sometime, Mr. Wright. Oh. I mean, that's fair. She lost her fiance. She has to... No. I'm just so... Yes. We're all here to visit a patient. Yes, Dr. Hottie. Let's do this one more time. Recently, that girl, you know, I haven't seen her around, but I remember even if I laid so much an eye on her, I'd go crack. It didn't matter if I got whipped low. Yes, ho, ho, ho. I didn't even read what he said. I had an ad to snooze. It's time to begin our quest of the world circus domination and let the world know of our serious plans I make in Zimbabwe. Hey Max, what do you think of Zimbabwe's like? Do you really think that there are castles made of cake? Oh my god. My throat is killing itself. Oh my god. And you know what? I'll be going back to the Persona series after this anyways. I'm ready. I'm ready that there's no way they'd be... Oh my god. I liked Mo because when I made his little voice, it just reminded me of Mickey. And then Trilio and Ben being like, hey guys, let's all chill. And Trilio having that, just like that terrible Bronx accent I had. Ugh. You know, this is still one of my favorite games. Even though I'm like still new. I'm very new to the series. This is the second I've played it's actually funny because I've literally played the first game at the beginning of the year as hitting, I think, 300 subscribers, if not playing for like a new year game. And then us hitting 400 followers at literally in November. And then I got sick, sadly, twice, so I wasn't able to like, complete it on... I wanted to complete it a little sooner, but obviously that didn't happen, but... This was definitely an interesting game. It was definitely different, obviously, but... I'm really liking these story games a lot because I'm able to, like, talk more. I'm able to, like, I guess, help correct my speech in a sense, because I fucking stutter like a motherfucker. And my words slur very hard, but I'm glad I'm doing a lot better for the most part. And yeah, this is a really good game. All these interesting characters, these plot lines. I liked Francesca, even though I know it's like Francesca, I think. But I really liked her. She was a very interesting character. Miles obviously coming back was like, oh my god, our boy. But I just like the uniqueness of all these characters. I like the situations that we come across. I liked how different they were. And I know I'm just kind of like sputtering now toward the end because that and it's like 11 o'clock at night. Like, holy shit. But I'm kind of glad I was able to play this game. March 23rd, 9:42 p.m. International Departures, Gate 12. Where are you going, Francesca? How did you know I was here? With this? That's... I've heard you were planting things on a certain person. Things like a tracking device on his coat, for example. That's just like you. I only planted it there because he was always wearing it. This filthy drab coat of his. I don't know how it ended up in my leg. Oh no, she does like him! But it's going in the trash, I promise you that. Oh, that's right. Speaking of that man, he told me something very interesting. I ran off with the things to killer's hideout. I'm sure I took 4 things in total, sir. 4 things? It seems like his last one was in his coat pocket. He put it in here. Oh, it doesn't matter anymore. And this case is already over. What are you going to do now? That's none of your business. Are you running away? Shut up. You do not understand a thing. You cannot possibly understand what it means to be a Manfred von Karma's daughter. Francesca. So many expectations from everyone around me. Expectations I must fulfill. I expect to win no matter what. And failure? Such a thing is not an option for me. My father was a genius. There's no doubt about that. But me, I'm no genius. I've always known that. But I have to be one. I had to. You may not be a genius like your father, but you are a prosecutor, and you've always been and always will be. No, I'm not. Not anymore. I've even thrown away my whip. Speaking of that, Wright gave it to me. Gave this to hold on. Right? You knew something like this would happen, didn't you? I'm going to say this again. We prosecutors do not fight for personal honor or pride. I hope you will think deeply about what you should be striking down with that whip. You haven't changed a bit. You've always left me alone and walked ahead without me. Miles Edgeworth, I've always hated you. And then, finally, my chance to take my revenge on you arrived. If I could win against that man, if I could make Phoenix Wright bow down to me in defeat, then this girl you left behind will have risen higher than you. Oh, so she had something to prove. That was supposed to be my revenge. I see. You know, I can't do it. I can't change who I am. I can't throw away everything I've been until today. I believe you can. Just like how Adrian Andrews did. Adrian Andrews? You were going to use her during that trial, right? But you were dependent on your father for using his tactics, isn't that right? Today, you chased after me, after I had left you behind all these years. And that's why you're standing here now, side by side. But I have no intention of stopping. If you say that you are going to quit your walk down the prosecutor's path, then this is where we part ways. Francesca von Karma. Oh, no, my baby. I am Francesca von Karma. I don't think I'm going to walk in your shadow forever. Our battle begins now. So you have better prepare yourself, Miles Edgeworth. Oh, she is honestly so happy. Oh. There she goes. Going back to Germany. Phoenix Wright. One day, someday, I'm sure we'll meet again in battle. Till then, this last piece of evidence never made it to you. I will take good care of this fourth piece, so I can give it to you when at least we meet again.